We're back in the Black Void.
Are we talking about a new mega blockbuster?
No.
We're not talking about Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 9?
I heard he did a big stunt in it.
I hear there's stunts in it.
I literally don't know what we're doing. I do know, however, that we are using completely different chairs.
Yeah.
With nice rounded bottoms that won't step on and cut microphone cords.
Yes, yes.
So in deciding what our next video is, we were going to watch Mission Impossible, but then I thought probably the only good thing we could say about it is it has great stunts. So then we decided what else should we watch, and then I said let's watch a horror picture. What horror picture do you want to watch? And Jay said, why don't I go to Tubi and let's look up horror pictures on Tubi.
I don't think that's how this started, but
How
somehow,
did it start?
I don't remember how it started, but somehow we went down the path where we discovered a movie on Tubi called Titanic 666.
Time of your life.
Okay, it's gonna be the time of my life. Ah!
That sounds like a great title.
I think I just said, what's the worst movie that's out right now?
Oh, we were just looking for, cheap, like a bad review stuff.
Yeah.
So we discovered Titanic 666. We're like, hey, maybe we could do a video about that. But then we watched it, and it's an asylum movie, so it's mostly very boring.
Oh.
But then we were like, well, there's a bunch of different like Titanic movies. And then we just went down the rabbit hole of movies as clickbait. And you coined the term watchbait.
Watchbait. And we discovered, well, not really discovered, I guess always knew, but never confronted, the fact that movies can exist based on usually one magic word that's in the title, and that is either public domain or just a regular word. The one that we selected for today, and we have others to talk about, but the big one is Amityville.
Okay. I know what that word is.
Exactly.
You know the film, The Amityville Horror.
Yes.
Because it's a very, very famous horror movie.
Well, it was a real incident.
Yes, absolutely real.
It was definitely a real incident.
No, the incident was real. The guy killed his family with the shotgun. Or
That's
an
the
axe or
real
something.
part,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then another family moved in, and then they claimed to be haunted.
That's also the real part.
And then 25 other families moved in, and they said, "Where's the ghosts?" And then the camera pans Wes Anderson style to the left to the original haunted family, and they're just counting money, and they look up and go, "What?"
Well, the Warrens are tied in with this too. Those scumbags, right?
The Warrens.
Those sleazy the Warrens. They
How
had
dare
some-
you speak ill of the dead? The Warrens investigated it. Yes.
Wasn't Warren the UFO guy?
That's different.
Yeah, this is
This is Elizabeth Warren, the famous ghost hunter. and her
Warren wasn't the
husband.
one that got abducted? Was that Walton?
Yeah, Travis Walton.
Walton.
You're thinking of. Yeah. What the- We're not talking about UFOs. We're talking about something that's real. Ghosts. Just like Zach Baggins, his latest episode of Ghost Adventures, has their most compelling evidence yet.
Is that how they promote every episode? This week on Ghost Adventures, we discovered the most compelling and persuasive evidence yet in our ongoing investigations of the paranormal.
So yeah, Amityville is the name of a town, right? So
Anybody can use the word Amityville.
I don't know when this was discovered, because there's the original line of Amityville movies, and then they kind of went away for a while. And then in the last decade or so, someone realized, oh, we can just call our movie Amityville. And so now there's like 27 of them every year, directed to be Amityville movies.
that and can you name some?
Amityville movies?
No.
What?
Other magic. We'll call magic word titles that are used in Watchbait.
Where you might be flipping through and you recognize the title, so you think it's a real movie.
Or a word in it. I'll give you now.
Shark?
Great.
We have a list of shark movies.
Yay!
You did it.
Exorcism or Exorcist.
Okay.
Because that is also, there's The Exorcist, the famous 1973.
Yeah.
Everyone knows The Exorcist, so you see Exorcist or Exorcism.
Sometimes you can combine the two of them.
Those are also on our list.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Lots of crossover between the titles we came up with.
Yeah. We're going down a big rabbit hole. It's I don't even know if you'd call it a rabbit hole. A rhinoceros hole? There's a lot of stuff that fits in this hole. Now, another big one, which is surprising, is Ouija, or Ouija, because Ouija is a board game created by Parker Brothers.
Yeah.
And I think, you did some research on Ouija?
I know that it is for certain trademarks. I was curious, I didn't, because there's a lot of Ouija movies on Tubi. There's dozens of them. And it's like, but Ouija is trademarked. So I think these are like super low budget crap that they just hope they can get away with.
Right.
Because they're made for nobody and they hope that nobody will notice or care.
Because there were big budget Ouija movies. And
One by Mike Flanagan, right? Didn't he direct one?
yeah, and or did he do that Mirror movie?
Well, he did Oculus, but then after
Oculus,
that he
yeah.
did the second Ouija movie.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that's a big studio release. They have to get permission to use Ouija.
So, and on shows like Ghost Adventures, whenever they have a thing they call a spirit board, and they'll put like gaff tape over the name or whatever. But yeah, you're right. The lesser, crappier, Dave Wascovich level kind of movies, they might just be like rolling the dice. Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to come after us for this 2B.
And what are they going to get even if they do? You're not going to get any money out of these people. Look at some of these movies.
They say the spirits still haunt this house. So we're gonna try to call them in right now. Let's put your hands on here. And you need to focus.
But is a Ouija board was it just invented? Does it go back to
It's
like
pre-Parker
voodoo
Brothers.
stuff?
It goes back before Parker Brothers, but Parker Brothers trademarked the name Ouija.
I'm embarrassed I don't know the history of the Ouija board.
I would presume, I don't know, it would go back to like 20s and 30s, around the time
Right.
the whole spiritual
Spiritualism,
movement was,
yeah.
was going on.
Yeah, and that's
Houdini was running around debunking this shit.
But does it go back further, like ancient times when they have?
No, because the scam artist made it up in the 1920s and 30s. They probably said, yeah, it came from ancient times, but
I'm not moving this, Jay.
Neither am I, dude. I believe it.
The planchette comes to rest on a series of letters, but we can't decipher any specific word or message.
So there's obvious words you throw in there: evil, haunted, clown. I don't know, what are some other ones? But then there's like specific ones, and that's what we're focusing on today.
The ones that try to trick you.
The ones that try to trick you, hence Watchbait. The word conjuring, I've seen a lot in titles. We didn't make a list of conjuring movies. They are not the conjuring movies, but the word conjuring is just a word.
it's in the dictionary.
It's in the dictionary, and I'm sure the title, The Conjuring, has been trademarked, but you could call something like, Haunted Conjuring, just some shit title. And
Ouija Conjuring.
there you go, Shark Conjuring.
Shark Conjuring.
And you just throw that title in there, and you make it bigger than all the other words, and then Grandpa Rancid watches it on Vudu.
You can watch on Tubi. There's ads. They make their money off of the ads.
I know, I said rent.
Okay.
I corrected myself. I mean, clearly you can watch it.
Well, the important part is that the poster at least makes it look kind of like a real movie.
The posters are getting better.
Yes.
They all have a very similar theme and style. In fact, I have a theory that it's one guy.
And they probably got AI doing it now.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
This would be
Oh.
just the start of that, though. Yeah, some of these movies go back 3, 4, 5 years. So.
But the more recent ones this year are probably done by an AI.
Scary ghosts with Ouija boards.
Yeah. And then,
Shark Ghost.
Shark Ghost. We just Shark Ghost. Now, you laugh.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
but these are real movies.
What? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is so cool.
Shark Bait. That's a Tubi original. Shark Waters.
You can tell by how much effort they put into that one.
Shark Waters. Shark Lake.
How'd the shark get in the lake?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You got to watch the movie to find out.
Sharkansas. Women's prison massacre. Shark Kansas.
They combine the word.
I love Shark Kansas.
Sharktopus. Shark Shock. Shark Side of the Moon. Sharkula.
That title is comfortably dumb.
FTW. FTW. As the kids say today, FTW. Now, Sharkula.
I think that's one of those like sci-fi ones.
This one is amazing.
I didn't put any of those stupid Sharknado movies on the list because
those don't count.
Yeah.
This one, I read the title and I see the premise in my head, and I think it's great. Shark in Venice. Can you imagine the wonderful action set pieces that could be involved? A shark. I'm assuming it's shit.
I'm assuming the movie lives up to that title. We'll find out when we play clips of it over our footage.
Shark
here.
Man.
What?
Sharks of the Corn. Like Children of the
Yeah,
Corn.
I get it, but that's...
It's not even
that
punny.
is- yeah.
Shark Huntress. Sharkenstein. Shark Exorcist.
Shark Exorcist.
Well, yeah, I am familiar with that one.
Shark Encounters of the Third Kind. Malibu Shark Attack. Cocaine Shark.
That's a subgenre of trends because there's Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
And so now they're doing ripoffs of Cocaine Bear.
Right, yes, there's a subgenre of Watchbait.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore Shark Attack, Bull Shark, Psycho Shark, Jurassic Shark, Dino Shark, Avalanche Sharks, Sand Shark, Land Shark, Sky Shark, House Shark. You'll love this one, Noah's Shark. Super Shark.
Like if that actually took place in like biblical times on Noah's Ark, there's like a whole bunch of weird animals nobody's ever seen, but the shark on Noah's Ark keeps like eating them.
No. The shark is attacking Noah's Ark because he forgot to bring it on.
Yeah, but he keeps eating these animals that are now extinct.
Oh, yeah, I get you. Yeah, I get you. I like it. Virus Shark.
If they have like CGI of like a very like microscopic shark eating your cells one by one.
It's like inner space where it's
Interspace
in your
with a
body.
shark.
You're too clever.
That's the thing. All these movies are like people sitting in rooms shot on like 12-year-old camcorders.
Or maybe going out to the forest preserve, walking around, and then like a PNG file of a shark GIF comes out. You're being too clever.
But if you had like a budget, you just had like the shot of just somebody getting eaten from the inside out.
It would be amazing. Yeah, a shark. Maybe that's what it is.
We'll find out when we play clips of
This
it
is
right
2021, so obviously they were inspired by the pandemic and all that, and all the little pictures of the coronavirus. So maybe they thought, what if a shark was the size of a virus?
now. Or what if all the sharks are worried about getting coronavirus, so they're all wearing their masks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mask up.
They can't eat anything.
Doll shark. Atomic shark. Potential there. Ouija shark. Exorcist/exorcisms.
This is another one that has like a subgenre because there was that movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
That was kind of popular.
That was a good movie.
So it's like half courtroom drama,
Yeah, it was
half
mostly
exorcism
courtroom
movie.
drama, yeah. Well, it's that age-old question of do they have mental illness or they are really possessed by the devil?
Yeah.
But that
This is
title,
where you say they have mental illness. I know you too well.
I'm trying to remember the actual case because I think I've heard about
Yeah.
some kind of case. Somebody died because they did an exorcism rather than medical treatment.
Yes, it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
but that title is catchy, The Exorcism of.
Yes.
So there's a whole subgenre of exorcism movies.
Watchbait, yes. Exorcist Vengeance, American Exorcist. Accidental Exorcist. Is that when you fall while holding a cross? Into someone's window who's possessed? How does that work?
Peter Sellers was great in it, though.
I've seen The Exorcist. I thought you were going to say vagina.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
But Jesus, fuck me.
Yeah.
Annalise, The Exorcist Tapes, Exorcist Chronicles, Shark Exorcist,
He's back.
Exorcist, The Fallen, Exorcist Bloodline, Revenge of the Exorcist, Amorth, The Exorcist, The Good Exorcist, The Pope's Exorcist. That's a big
Yeah,
film.
that's the
with
reason one. Russell Crowe.
Nurse Exorcist, Exorcism of the Dead. Okay, here's the exorcisms of. The Exorcism of Lily Deckard, The Exorcism of Gail Bowers, The Exorcism of Anna Eklund, The Exorcism of Hannah Stevenson, The Exorcism of Molly Hartley, The Exorcism of God.
That's like worst case scenario.
That's the worst case scenario. The Exorcism in Amarillo.
Amarillo, Texas, right?
Oh, Texorcism.
That's such a better title.
Such a better title.
Yeah.
Just infinitely witty. It's a curse.
This is why you'll never be on Tubi.
Yeah, this is why I'll never make a Tubi original. Godless, The Eastfield Exorcism, Demon Exorcism. Well, that's a bit redundant. Oh, Ouija Exorcism, Amityville Exorcism.
There we go.
American Exorcism, Irish Exorcism, Zombie Exorcism, High School Exorcism, and Exorcism at 60,000 feet. Wow. Are we on to Amityville's? Yeah, we are. I added some, Jay. I added some you didn't find.
Well, I tried to keep it mainly to ones that are on Tubi. There was only like 4 or 5 that I put that weren't on Tubi just because they were good titles. I know there's more than what I had on the original list.
Well, so the criteria is...
Well, the criteria changes, but you can start with what...
There's 2 main ones. Amityville is in the title, of course, and you have the iconic pie wedge-shaped windows.
Oh, yeah.
That are in the New Eastern style farmhouse kind of look. And that has to be on your cover.
At the very least on the poster, even if it's not in the movie.
Yes, and that is something also you can't.
They can't even copyright that image.
No.
Even you can't copyright windows.
Yeah.
And I've noticed
Yeah.
the house evolves too, because the real house is, you know, kind of a standard looking house, and then they added those windows to like what it looks like a traditional spooky haunted house with like a big tower, and you know, it looks more haunted and more ghostly and less dull. But
I'm assuming what a lot of these later Amityville movies do is the same thing that, because there's the original theatrical movies, and then in the 90s there was like 4 direct-to-video Amityville movies that were still like official sequels, where they didn't take place at the house because they didn't want to bother trying to find a house. So it's haunted items that are from the original Amityville house. So you have one that's a haunted mirror, you have a haunted clock, you have a haunted dollhouse. So that's their way of getting away from even having to bother dealing with a house. So I think a lot of the ones after that kind of follow that trend too.
yeah, how do you distinguish when the official Amityville, I guess if they're not produced by what, like MGM or whoever?
Yeah, the 90s direct-to-video ones I don't think were either. So maybe they're not really official sequels, but
That's when it was.
that's before it was just like 20 people were making Amityville movies every year.
It sort of started to slide into the gray area.
Yeah.
It's a soft landing into the gray area. The official series, Amityville Horror, in 1979, followed by Amityville 2, The Possession. Then followed by Amityville 3D. 1983, we've already gone off the rails. the people aren't even cold in their graves yet, and we're already turning their tragedy into a mockery. Amityville, The Evil Escapes, haunted lamp film.
Haunted lamp film.
I think that's the first, that was like a made-for-TV one, and then the rest of the official series are direct-to-video ones.
The Amityville Curse, 1990. Amityville 1994, It's About Time.
That's the clock
haunted
one.
clock.
I was gonna say, that's gotta be the clock.
Amityville, The Next Generation, a haunted mirror,
Oh God, I'm picturing like Amityville on a starship now.
1993. Amityville Dollhouse. What's the haunted item, Rich?
Oh, is it a dollhouse that looks just like the Amityville house?
No. The Amityville Horror remake. This was.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
That was a big
Ryan
studio.
Reynolds was
Yeah.
in it, and somebody else. That's 2005.
That was during the big horror boom of the early 2000s. Big
No.
horror remake boom.
Jay now has identified the following films as the rest, in a loving tribute to Gilligan's Island.
What's the worst that could happen?
You don't think it was the house, do you?
So, 2023, our first Tubi original, The Amityville Curse. No points for great title there.
Was it one of the other ones called Amityville Curse?
Oh,
one of the
God.
original series ones?
Yes, in 1990.
Okay.
So there's another one.
Did they remake that specific one?
You
Want to
know,
go back to that haunted lamp concept?
You think I have the time to watch all this shit, Jay? The Amityville Haunting, 2011. See, again, you could just call your movie The Amityville Haunting without any legal consequences,
Yeah.
apparently.
Is there an Amityville Conjuring?
There should be. There will be tomorrow.
Okay.
The Amityville Terror, The Amityville Moon, a werewolf film.
Oh.
I don't know how the werewolf ties to Amityville, but
I keep wanting them to go into space. I want to see the Amityville house on the moon.
The Amityville Asylum, The Amityville Harvest. See, again, like with things like the Asylum, werewolves, whatever, just put Amityville in the title, and you've got instant box office success.
Why didn't they call that one Amityville of the Corn?
Yeah. Ghosts of Amityville. Amityville, No Escape. Amityville, The Final Chapter, side note, not related to any other film.
but I guess it sounds official. Oh, this is the final one.
We have such low opinions of other human beings.
Only people that make
the final one.
only people that make Amityville movies and people that get tricked
and
by
people that
them.
watch them.
Yeah.
The problem is we're normally right.
Well, that ties in with a bigger question: is how many people have actually watched any of these?
It's a good question.
Are there movies on Tubi that just exist that nobody has ever clicked on?
Oh, but that's yeah. Amityville: The Resurgence. Amityville Uprising. That's a cop movie. There's cops on the cover.
There's cops on the cover. They're like this.
Amityville Mount Misery Road. A little clunky there. Amityville Theater. And then there's another movie called Amityville Playhouse. Now the names, the poster's the same, but the title's different. So it might be
Oh, it might be the same movie. They changed.
distribution,
Yeah.
region thing, or change the title. It was something happened.
Now going back, I'm gonna guess what was the cop one?
Amityville Uprising.
I'm gonna guess Amityville is just a prison, and it's a prison riot. But they can still get away with the attention you get from just calling it Amityville.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a movie called Amityville Prison. So
Well, that was already done, so they had to call the one Uprising.
you're right. Actually, Amityville Prison is 2019.
Oh, okay.
Uprising's 22. So yeah, you're right. And they wanted to just call it Amityville Prison 2, but the people from Amityville Prison said no. You got to pay us $20 for that right.
We don't have that in our budget.
Amityville Death House. That stars Eric Roberts,
Oh, no way.
and it was directed by Mark Polonia.
Oh, feeders.
I didn't know Eric Roberts did low-budget films. This is news to me. Amityville Island.
See, that one was. I looked at the
Jaws
poster.
related,
Yeah,
yeah,
it has
sure.
a shark on the cover because the town in Jaws is called Amity. It's Amity Island.
Oh, two birds, one stone.
Yeah, yeah.
Amityville Hex. Now this, you'd think it would be about voodoo
Yeah.
or some kind of curse, but it's about an evil robot.
The cover is just like a robot screaming.
But the whole film, if you actually watch it, is probably people in someone's backyard.
I see him watching.
I keep hearing things in my head to do things.
Yeah, it's probably the cover reminded me of Robo Woman. You remember that?
Oh,
It looks like
God.
that kind of cover.
Now this looks like a cover that was made by AI. So you're probably right, Rich.
Yeah.
Amityville Cult, Amityville Toy Box, Amityville Witches, Amityville Poltergeist.
Surprised there's not more movies taking advantage. I guess Poltergeist isn't as it's like a famous movie.
I bet you if we dug up Poltergeist in titles, we'd find 100.
Maybe.
Because that's another one that falls into this the parameters of this discussion. Amityville Exorcism.
Yeah.
You gotta have that, yeah.
Amityville Scarecrow, and Amityville Scarecrow 2.
The first one just did so well.
Amityville Clown House, Amityville Emmanuel. That's a sexy Amityville.
I was gonna say, are you guys aware of the Emmanuel series?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know how erotic this Emmanuel film is, but
Make room for Daddy!
Amityville Karen. You know what that's exactly about.
Not appropriate. Cancelled. Thumbs down. Ugh.
the cover is just like a lady screaming, right? Yeah.
Amityville Outhouse. That I think is a goof.
I'm
I think
sure
that's
that
a
has to
total
be,
goof. I think
yeah.
it's just a low budget thing. Amityville Vampire. Amityville in the Hood. Amityville in Space.
There it is.
Hey!
It's real.
And the cover is the house floating through space.
Yay! Yay! I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
We've never come across anything like this in space before. I think there's something more sinister at play here.
That's brilliant because you can just still film the whole movie in a house.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
cut to an exterior shot of it floating through space every now and then.
Yeah, you get some stock footage of space.
Yeah.
A little green screen window that looks out into outer space.
Yeah, I just film it at night.
At night, yeah. Amityville Cop. Not sure there are cops in Amityville.
I mean, there would have to be, right?
Amityville Thanksgiving. Amityville Christmas Vacation. Amityville Shark House.
You know what? I was waiting for sharks to show up in the Amityville section, and I'm not disappointed.
So in the Shark List, there was a movie called Shark House, right? Just called Shark House? Too many pages. Wasn't there one called Shark House?
House Shark.
House Shark.
House Shark.
So I don't know if these films are related.
This is the crossover film
Yeah.
for the Amityville Shark shared universe.
Amityville Vibrator. And
That's the sequel to Amityville Emmanuel. It's another erotic one.
Amityville Death Toilet. Now that's a real feature-length film. Now I have some big news to announce.
Oh, okay.
While looking up the poster for Amityville Death Toilet, I discovered that the creator of Amityville Death Toilet, his Kickstarter was completed. Funding is now underway for the sequel, Amityville Backpack.
They just ran out of words to attack Amityville too.
It's literally a backpack that's shaped like the Amityville house. like the poster. They have the poster. I'll show it to you guys. Of course, I'll put it on the screen for a viewing audience at home.
I want to see this.
You're not joking about the backpack, are you? That it's a house.
I'm not. None of this is a prank.
I'd like to think that's some sort of meta joke about how the ideas for these titles, they've run out. So the movie is a joke and it's Amityville Backpack.
See, if you're gonna do a joke,
That's a great poster,
I mean,
actually.
these film. The guy who made the toilet one, like it's not a real movie. It's terrible. The Amityville backpack. The poster does look kind of nice.
It's a nice poster. But
It's
Well, that's the important part of making
anybody
a
can
movie.
make a nice poster. That's the easy thing. I'm gonna say, if you're gonna do a joke about running out of ideas, though, you don't do Amityville backpack. You do Amityville kitchen sink.
Oh, yeah.
Again, you're just too clever.
I know.
Like I see.
That's why it don't work for Tubi.
Fun is where I eat your fucking heart out of your chest.